So you're moving to Canada and you want to learn English faster. My name is Nader and I make videos for people coming to Canada, including international students and people all over the world. And you want to learn English faster. So I'm going to give you tips and tricks about my top 5 strategies to learn English faster. What I need you to do is to hit that subscribe button, because if you start learning English and you know so much English and you're about to know all the English in the world, and then you're going to go to, let's say, become Prime Minister, and you're just about to talk and you forget all your English all at once, bam, gone, and you don't know even a word in English, you don't even know the word the anymore, that's because you didn't subscribe to my YouTube channel. So be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel and learn all the Englishes. Okay, so you want to learn English, how do you do it? You gotta love it. If you don't love the language, you're not gonna learn it. If learning it is a task, you can't pick up language. Oh, language is emotional. Like, I just did emotional. See that? Like, oh, that dog is annoying. Anyway, you have to actually be involved in it, because if it's just like a technical thing for you and you just read off a piece of paper and learn the sounds, you're gonna sound like a robotic idiot. So what I recommend you do is learn the language. There's nothing worse than somebody who's dispassionate. I'm not talking about you can't speak English so you're an idiot. That would be really rude and dumb. That's not what I mean. I'm just saying if you're super dispassionate about the language and it's a matter of you having to recall, you're just recalling words because you read it in a book and you don't really care for the language, you're gonna sound like a robot, and nobody likes that, including you. So what I recommend you do is become passionate about the language, love it, try to learn everything. Getting passionate about the people is really going to help you. So that's my number 1 tip. Start loving the language. It's better than the game. This is like something you want to get immersed in. You just want to, like, if language was a swim, if there was a swimming pool and the water was just the English language, you would want to jump inside of it for a swim. That's going to help you put you in the right mindset to be able to learn more English. Now, second of all, how are you going to learn English? Orally. Orally is better than reading out of a book. It always is, always have been. Don't use Rosetta Stone and Duolingo, for everything. Your primary, especially for English, your primary way of learning English should simply be speaking to people. It's such a common language. It's used everywhere. You could just go online, hire yourself a tutor online. Speak to me. I mean, if you don't understand this video at all, can't speak any English, and you can't even utilize the closed captions and translate it, I really apologize. But if you understand what I'm saying right now, you know enough English to be able to ask me to Skype session and we can just have a chat. Okay? And my grammar isn't perfect either, but I can speak English. I can get anything I want in English. So it's the same thing. Like, there are some people who've corrected my grammar on this channel, and they come from like the heart of downtown India. And like, they're like, Nader, don't you mean the roads are narrow, not thin? And I'm like, oh my god. Like, these people are right. Okay, so like, you can learn more than me, but if you're not applying it and you're not speaking to people and you're not developing like a personality in that language, because I know for a fact, if you learn French, let's say, and you were like bonjour, comment ça va, it's not you. But if you're like, bonjour, comment ça va, stupide, tête carrée, baguette, then like, you brought your personality to that language. So that's what I recommend you do. Bring your personality to that language, learn about that language, and make it fun, like really get into it. And don't worry so much about the grammar, because tip number 2 is all about like that immersion, learning about the language and learning it conversationally, orally. Speaking to people, getting a tutor, Skyping me, like stuff like that is going to help you. Tip number 3, watch cartoons and the news. Watch the news every morning in the English language. It's going to help you a lot. Things that are easy to consume, like this video. Watch one of these every morning. Find something that you can just engage with the English language every morning, but actually get information from it. So understand the news, understand how it's communicated formally, and it's really going to help you. So that's tip number 3, every morning. Tip number 4, time. You need to practice English every day. 50 minutes a day maximum, up to 1 hour or longer. If you want to go longer, go longer. And if you can do half an hour a day, that's perfect. So 15 minutes at the bare minimum, half an hour will be like, that's good, you're doing a good job. 1 hour, you're going to develop an accent, you're going to be able to talk in the language and make jokes and bring your blah, 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 baguette personality to the English language as well. Tip number 5, I really wish I wrote these on a piece of paper. I make my videos, I'm like, I'm gonna do 5, and then I make them up. But I'd say tip number 5 is to live somewhere where they speak English. And that could be in your very own country, you know? There might be like 10% of the population, or even better, if you live in a country where they teach English in school, and you can find English-speaking people who also speak your language, gonna be fantastic. Tell those friends to only speak English with you, okay? And that's gonna help you out a lot. So either live somewhere where they speak English for a little while, I'd say like at least a few months, or find a friend that speaks English and then ask them to only speak English with you. These things are gonna help you. And the only way you can do this is to do it consistently every single day for multiple years. That's it. You can't do it in a week, you can't do it in a month, you can't do it in 5 months. I don't care. Even if you're extremely gifted, you're not gonna know the ins and outs of the language to, you know, really be able to like, it's not just about learning the language, it's about like, it's being able to access the correct vocabulary and have precision of language. But even beyond that, because my precision of language sucks, I'd say it's about, you know, being able to use the language as a tool to get what you need and to be able to encourage, inspire, and push people to action. And you could be fluent in a language and not able to do that. So learn how to socially communicate and be socially intelligent in that language too, and you have it made. So that's how you get better at English.